Year one, of course I was pretty excited for this movie, you know, good cast, some funny people, pretty good concept, you know, I thought there's definitely a promise could be a really funny movie. The first half of the film, I'm gonna be honest, maybe not the complete first half, but mostly everything near the beginning is horrible. I mean, really not a single laugh. So there is some really terribly, poorly executed scenes in this movie that just aren't funny. And when jokes fall flat in this movie, it's just awkward. Really, just some real awkward silence in the theater, and just some of them really made me feel uncomfortable. I like both the leads, Jack Black, Michael Cera. They have proven to be very funny guys, very charming, but they're both very one-note in this movie, and they both just deliver the two kind of iconic styles of humor that we've known, that we've grown to know from them. You know, Jack Black's energetic and does that weird voice and smiles a lot, and you know, Michael Cera is that little shy, quirky, awkward guy. And I don't know, it just kind of grew old in some scenes. I did like some of the stuff between them. I thought there were some funny moments between them, but this movie feels stuck with mediocre writing instead of letting just the actors have fun and make it a funny movie. Really, because in a comedy, especially a comedy like this, you can have the funniest writing ever, but you really need good comedic performances to bring it to life and make the movie enjoyable. And these guys definitely can do that, but the writing isn't very funny. It really isn't. This is from the director of Caddyshack and Groundhog Day, The Vacation. Yes, he was the unnecessary Ghostbuster. You know, later in the film, I don't know, maybe like the last 45 minutes or so, I thought it actually got pretty good. There's some really funny stuff. You know, when they go to Sodom, I thought most of that stuff was funny. The first half of the film, I'd give like a 3 out of 10. The second half, I'd give like a 6.5. And you know, put those together, it's just an okay, mediocre comedy. There's some really funny stuff, some great cameo performances, some funny inside jokes in the Bible. You know, they go to Sodom, you know, Sodom and Gomorrah were the two cities that were destroyed, filled with homosexuals and stuff. Some of the jokes really drag on, like, okay, Cain killed Abel. All right, kind of funny. And then it just went on forever, and the story does take a while to start moving. You know, like, he burns the village down, so they start moving, like, once they get to Sodom, like, the story finally, you know, starts progressing and they actually have some stuff there. But everything before that, it just really dragged from one comedy bit to another, searching for laughs. And most of the time, I can't really say they succeeded. It's really not all that funny of a movie overall. There's some hilarious scenes, but overall, a lot of jokes fail. And a lot of them are repetitive. And yeah, it does have some heart. You know, near the end, there was some sincerity between the two actors. And there was some likability there, but overall, just some of it really wasn't funny at all. There's some really stupid stuff in this movie, some really poorly executed scenes, missed opportunities that, like, just like what they're doing should have been funny, but the scene is just very poorly executed. And the props were terrible. I mean, like, they got the swords look plastic. That's not good. Overall, there is some really funny stuff. You know, it's an okay comedy. You know, check it out at a matinee if, like, you just like this kind of humor. This is, yeah, you know, sick, gross out humor. Some just way too over the top and tasteless, you know. I just don't really get what's going through filmmakers' minds when they film some of these scenes. Like, I'm sorry, but I just don't think Michael Cera rubbing oil on an overweight chest of, like, 10 pounds of hair, I don't think that's very funny. I don't think anyone else really finds that funny either. Overall, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10.